nerds, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, you saw already from the intro what we're doing today. I am doing another Half Price Books haul. When I told y'all I love that place, I wasn't playing. I love reading, I love books, simply put. But before we do that, please leave a like. It really helps me out and I appreciate it. Thank you. Now let's get into this. I have quite a few books here. Like, this bag is full and it is heavy. I think I went, when was it, last Wednesday? I bought 9 books. I bought 9 books. So we're gonna go, we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna read the little book jacket. We're gonna do everything. They can't see you like that, bro. Oh. We have Titi here, as our special guest. He's gonna be helping us today. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you leaving now? Oh, okay. So the first book we have on the roster is Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Here it is. Take a peek, take a look, take a gander. So from what I read on the back of this is like the enemies to friends to lovers story. It's a romance book. And y'all know me, I'm trying to get back into the genre. Since this is a paperback, the synopsis is on the back, so let's turn it over. Today, she hates him. It's the last day of senior year. Rowan Roth and Neil McNair have been bitter rivals for all of high school, clashing over test scores, student councils, elections, and even gym class pull-up contests. That sounds so juvenile, but hey, I'm gonna keep reading. This is what I signed up for. While Rowan, who secretly wants to write romance novels, I don't remember reading this part. Oh my god. This is getting too meta now. Is anxious about the future. She'd love to beat her infuriating academic nemesis one last time. Tonight, she puts up with him. When Neil is named valedictorian, Rowan has only one more chance at victory. How? A senior class game that takes them all over Seattle, a farewell tour of the city she loves. That sounds so fun. I wish we did something like that when I graduated. But after learning that a group of seniors is out to get them, she and Neil reluctantly decide to team up until they're the last players left, and then they'll destroy each other. Oh, this sounds really familiar. I don't like this. Oh my god. As Rowan spends more time with Neil, she realizes he's much more than the awkward linguistics nerd that she's sparred with for the past 4 years. And perhaps this boy she claims to despise might actually be the boy of her dreams. Tomorrow, maybe she's already fallen for him. Girl, I'm trying not to cringe because I've seen this trope done many a time and I hated it. Maybe all those times, them being dozens of times, maybe I just didn't pick up the right book. Hopefully this is the right book. If y'all read this and you're watching, please tell me in the comments if this is worth reading, but don't spoil it for me. Just tell me if it's worth reading or not, okay? If you're new here, you know, cheesy romance, toxic romance, all of the overused tropes, I ain't with all of that. But if you're not new here and you read this, just please let me know. Okay, on to the next pick. So this is probably going to be a weird one, especially for my black viewers, but I had to get it and I will explain why I purchased this book. Let me get it out of the bag. We have The Help by Kathryn Stockett. I'm gonna give you a little minute to have your reaction. Go ahead. Okay, so there's a backstory as to why I bought this book, and it's years long. I think the first time that I saw this movie, I was maybe in my junior year of high school, and I fell in love with it, and I stayed away from it for a long time because it was a, you know, black oppression story with a white savior, and I usually tend to stay away from those. I don't like those type of movies or stories because it's reductive to me. That's my hot take slash unpopular opinion. I don't know if that's really unpopular or a hot take, but that's my opinion. But I love all the actresses in it. I've always loved Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer. I've been a huge fan of Emma Stone since my childhood. Bryce Dallas Howard, loved her since Spider-Man, and Jessica Chastain, love them. I've always loved them. So to see all of them collectively in this movie together, and the acting was impeccable. Impeccable. It still is impeccable. The story, impeccable. And I had to admit that to myself. I literally asked my sisters last week, I was like, is it wrong that The Help and The Secret Life of Bees are on the list of my comfort movies? And I'm like, does that make me a And I was just like, I know I'm not supposed to like these stories because there's like a white savior trope going on, and it's about the oppression of black women. I mean, given the time period, that was literally the reality, but I digress. I'm just saying, like, you know, is that wrong? But I love this movie. And here's another reason why I picked up this book. So usually when there's like a book movie adaptation like combo, I always think the book is better, but I've only seen the movie, and that movie, I think it is so amazing. So imagine how good this book is gonna be. When I saw this, I had to like calm myself for like shrieking like a high school girl, like, oh my god, because I was so excited. I've never read the book before. I've only seen the movie, and I love the movie, so I hope this book is just as good. Should we read the book jacket? Let's do it. Come on. 3 ordinary women are about to take one extraordinary step. Let me stop fangirling. 22-year-old Skeeter has just returned home after graduating from Ole Miss. She may have a degree, but it's 1962 Mississippi, and her mother will not be happy till Skeeter has a ring on her finger. Skeeter would normally find solace with her beloved maid Constantine, the woman who raised her, but Constantine has disappeared and no one would tell Skeeter where she has gone. Aibileen is a black maid, a wise, regal woman raising her 7th white child. Something has shifted inside her after the loss of her own son, who died while his bosses looked the other way. She is devoted to the little girl she looks after, though she knows both their hearts may be broken. Minnie, Aibileen's friend, is short, fat, and perhaps the sassiest woman in Mississippi. Would they know? She can cook like nobody's business, but she can't mind her tongue, so she's lost yet another job. Minnie finally finds a position working for someone too new to the town to know her reputation, but her new boss has secrets of her own. Seemingly as different from one another as can be, these women will nonetheless come together for a clandestine project that will put them all at risk. And why? Because they are suffocating within the lines that define their town and their times. And sometimes lines are made to be crossed. If y'all seen the movie, y'all know about all the iconic lines and scenes. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. If you still haven't seen it yet to this day, go watch it. I was a little late getting on the train too, but go watch it, please. But if racism and Jim Crow in the 60s in general is gonna trigger you, maybe don't watch it. But yeah, I had to get this book. I had to, because it's such a big, the movie's such a big part of my life. And like I said, it's one of my guilty pleasure comfort movies, so I had to get the book. But yeah, The Help. Are you ready to go? Oh, I did not realize he was sitting at the door this entire time. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go with Daddy? Okay, come on. All right, next one. Okay, this one is called The Fall by Guillermo del Toro. Here it is. A little horror. You already know what this one's about. This one's about vampires. Wait, didn't he work on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Or am I thinking of another Guillermo? So this one's about vampires. Y'all know me, I love me some vampires. Let's read it. Let's read the book jacket. Last week, they invaded Manhattan. This week, they will destroy the world. The vampiric virus unleashed in the strain has taken over New York City. Wait, is this a part of a series? It is. It says it has 2 on it. Oh, damn it. I didn't realize that. Oh, no. So I'm going to be reading this. I'm going to be going in blind reading this. I cannot read this until I get the first one. I'm going to finish reading the book jacket, though. Okay. The vampiric virus, at least in the strain, has taken over New York City. It is spreading, and soon it will envelop the globe. Amid the chaos, F. Goodweather, head of the Centers for Disease Control's team, leads a band out to stop the bloodthirsty monsters. But it may be too late. Ignited by the Master's horrific plan, a war erupts between the old and new world vampires, each vying for control. At the center of the conflict lies a book, an ancient text that contains the vampires' entire history and their darkest secrets. Whoever finds the book can control the outcome of the war and ultimately the fate of us all. And it is between these warring forces that humans, powerless and vulnerable, find themselves no longer the consumers but the consumed. Though F understands the vampiric plague better than anyone, even he cannot protect those he loves. His ex-wife, Kelly, has been transformed into a blood-crazed creature of the night, and now she stalks the city looking for her chance to reclaim her dear one, Zach, F's young son. With the future of human mankind in the balance, F and his team, guided by the brilliant former professor and Holocaust survivor Abraham Satrakian, I don't know, I'm so sorry, that was butchered awfully, and exterminator Vasily, what are these names? Fett, and joined by a crew of ragtag gangsters, must combat terror whose ultimate plan is more terrible than anyone has imagined. A fate worse than annihilation. So being that I just realized this is a part of a series, and this sounds super, I don't know if y'all can see it. There's like a 2 right here. There's a 2 at the very top of the spine. I'm gonna have to look on Amazon or go back to Half Price Books and find the first one, because if this is a series and it sounds this good from the second one, I'm gonna have to invest. So yeah, The Fall by Guillermo del Toro. That just got me so hyped. Oh my gosh. Okay, next one. This is another horror book. Yes. And it's called I Feed Her to the Beast, and the Beast is Me by Jameson Shea. Look at this art. Look at this book cover, honey. I don't know who this is, but she is gorgeous. She might be the main character. All right, time to read the book jacket. Is that Laura? Lorraine? Laura has always danced in the cutthroat world of ballet at a disadvantage. Oh, that reminds me. This is the second book that I picked up on these hauls that was about ballet. What is that about? I don't know. I thought that was really funny. Tired of being overlooked, she ventures deep into the Paris catacombs, where she finds a pulsing blood river that offers her everything she's dreamed of and worked toward. Power and awe. We all know at this point that it is nothing ever good comes out of the Paris catacombs. If y'all seen As Above, So Below, or whatever it's called, that's all you need to know about the Paris catacombs. With it, she takes her place above her peers, but soon she cannot distinguish her own lust for more with the primordial presence in her veins. Laura quickly learns she's not the only monster around, and her vicious desires put a target on her back. As she descends into godhood and the mystifying underworld below, she is faced with the ultimate choice: continue to break herself for a world that doesn't love her back, or succumb to the darkness that wants her exactly as she is, monstrous heart and all. That is, if the god killer doesn't catch her first. So you can see why I picked up this book, honey. This sounds like a ride. This sounds like a ride. So I'm thinking maybe she drank from this river of blood and that turned her into some kind of cannibal or like some kind of vampire creature, something. It's giving dark magic. That's all that needed to persuade me to pick it up. Dark magic. I said yes, give it to me now. On to the next one. Let me reach down here and get it. This next one is called Lips Touch 3 Times by Laini Taylor, with illustrations by Jim D. Bartolo. Yes. Here's the book cover. Can you see her? Hardcover. I did not read this all the way through because I didn't know there were illustrations in this book. I just cracked open the book to read the jacket and then in the middle to like read a little bit about the book. I didn't see no illustrations in here. Okay, come on, let's read the book jacket. Everyone dreams of getting the kiss of a lifetime, but what if that kiss carried some unexpected consequences? A girl who's always been in the shadows finds herself pursued by the unbelievably attractive new boy at school, who may or may not be the death of her. Another girl grows up mute because of a curse placed on her by a vindictive spirit, and later must decide whether to utter her first words to the boy she loves and risk killing everyone who hears her if the curse is real. And a third girl discovers that the real reason for her transient life with her mother has to do with belonging, literally belonging, to another world entirely, full of dreaded creatures who can transform into animals and whose queen keeps little girls as personal pets until they grow to childbearing age. I don't like that. She's not a girl's girl. I can tell. From a writer of unparalleled imagination and emotional insight, 3 stories about the deliciousness of wanting and waiting for that moment when lips touch. You can see why I picked this up. Like, come on now. It sounds like scandal upon scandal upon scandal mixed with teenage drama. What is not fun about that? It also looks very like witchy in a sense. Like, this has something to do with like enchantment, like obviously, because you know they talked about curses and stuff, but like this seems like it has like fairies in it and all that other stuff. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but I was like, oh, mythical creatures, drama, kissing, like, okay, I'm interested. I'll put it in my basket. Oh, y'all will not believe the looks I got walking around this store. I had a basket, right, and it was filled to the brim with all these books, and people were looking at me like, wow. All right, next one. Okay, so this next one is called The Story Catcher by Anne Height. Here is the cover. Can you see? Paperback, but we still like it. Some kind of hurts never heal. I heard tell there was a ghost who walked the ridge. She was what the old timers called a story catcher. Her job was to set life stories straight, because the Lord only knew how many were all twisted in a knot. Folks said if she looked a person in the face, she'd own him for a night. Sometimes good came, but mostly not. Shelley Parker never much liked Faith Dobbins, the uppity way that girl bossed her around, but they had more in common than she knew. Shelley tried to ignore the hates that warned her Faith's tyrannical father. Pastor Dobbins was a devil in disguise. But when Faith started acting strange, Shelley couldn't avoid the past. Not anymore. Critically acclaimed Warren would, oh, sorry, I got too far up into it. But yeah, I guess she's like some kind of mystical cosmic being that like rights the wrongs of time in people's lives. That sounds like some timekeeper stuff, so I was interested. I picked it right on up. Let's see what's next. Oh my god! I forgot this was in here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this next one because when I saw it in the store, I wanted to cry. Okay, let me calm down before I... But next on the roster we have... Okay. Sorry. Next on the roster we have Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Now, okay, wait. So this is kind of the same scenario as The Help. Not that it's a guilty pleasure, but that I saw the movie first and loved the movie, so I'm pretty sure the book is going to be amazing. I actually was influenced to watch the movie by another creator on this platform by the name of Kenny JD. I know this is like my 8,000th time mentioning her, but I just love that woman. She did a video over this movie and I was like, you know what? I've watched this video enough times. I think I want to watch it for myself. But yeah, I saw the movie and I absolutely adored the movie. The actors in it, their names are spacing as I speak. Let me look them up real quick. Oh, Taylor Zakar Perez and Nicholas Galitzine. Nicholas is like Amazon Prime's golden boy. He's in all of the romance movies. But I love this story so much. It was one of the best stories that I've watched and witnessed in a long time, and I thought it was so cute. So imagine my excitement when I saw this on the shelf. I said, oh, you're coming home with me. I had to. Now that I finally have the book, because that movie was amazing, so I'm having high hopes for the book. So hopefully the book is just as amazing or even better. Look how high this stack is getting. Oh, y'all can't see it, but this is a really heavy stack. We got one more, yeah. This is a horror book, okay? And it's called Horns by Joe Hill. There's a pitchfork on it. Hardcover. Okay, let's open it up. Oh, look, there's Morse code. I didn't notice that's what that was, but there's Morse code on the inside of it. I don't know if y'all can see that. At first, Ig thought the horns were a hallucination, the product of a mind damaged by rage and grief. He had spent last year in a lonely private purgatory following the death of his beloved Maren Williams, who was raped and murdered under inexplicable circumstances. A mental breakdown would have been the most natural thing in the world, but there was nothing natural about the horns, which were all too real. Once the righteous Ig had enjoyed the life of the blessed, born into privilege, the second son of a renowned musician and younger brother of a rising late-night TV star, he had security, wealth, and a place in his community. Ig had it all and more. He He had Maren and a love founded on shared daydreams, mutual daring, and unlikely midsummer magic. But Maren's death damned all of that. The only suspect in the crime, Ig was never charged or tried, and he was never cleared. In the court of public opinion in Gideon, New Hampshire, Ig is and always will be guilty because his rich and connected parents pulling strings to make the investigation go away. Nothing Ig can do, nothing he can say matters. Everyone, it seems, including God, has abandoned him. Everyone, that is, but the devil inside. Now Ig is possessed of a terrible new power to go with his terrible new look. A macabre talent he intends to use to find the monster who killed Maren and destroyed his life. Being good and praying for the best got him nowhere. It's time for a little revenge. It's time the devil had his due. Dun dun dun. So yeah, this guy wakes up one day with horns on his forehead coming out of his face. I was like, huh, that's all I need to hear. But yeah, Horns by Joe Hill. This sounds very interesting. But that is all of my picks. Let me see if I can pick this big ass stack up. This is really heavy. 1, 2, 3. Y'all see all that? Can we see all of them? Yeah? No? I think so. But that's my haul. Those are my 9 books that I bought last week, and I'm so excited to put them on my shelf, and I'm excited to get to every single one of them to read at some point in time. Yeah, that's it. That's all that I got from Half Price Books. That concludes our video for today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And if you have read any of these, let me know what you thought of them. Give me like, you know, give me your input. And subscribe if you want to. I'll see y'all on the next go round. Okay, bye.